Now, what's up everybody? Vic here from the Savage Oblivion, and we are going to do one more video this session. And wait, the cafes run the Frankfurter Tor? How does it fuck things up? And thanks, Kurosu. Well, let me put in one more save. Overwrite that one. And we'll see what happens. And travel to Frankfurter Tor to meet Luca Duerr's team. Game, don't you give me not responding. As the U-Bahn hums towards the Frankfurter Tor, you tug idly at the fabric of your maintenance uniform. You found it in a duffel bag on your seat when you boarded, along with a note from Duerr to put it on before your arrival. The moment you step off this train, the note said, your trial run begins. You are to rendezvous with the rest of your team, reconnoiter the building, and plant the specified devices in Elshire's suite. Beyond that, your approach will be left to you. Do not disappoint us. You are being watched. Yeah, I could do that from time to time. I just got to make sure I don't do it while I'm recording, because I already got content ID'd on freaking Jedi Academy. Luckily, nothing's probably going to happen with that, but they're going to slap ads at the beginning of my videos for that, but it's annoying. As you emerge from the dingy confines of the U-Bahn terminal and step into the light of day, you find yourself confronted by a wall of muscle in a knight-errant uniform. You're with maintenance. It isn't a question. He stands impassively waiting for a response. Oh, it's so tempting. It's so tempting. Just fuck it. Don't care. Yes, sir. Have you seen any other maintenance guys around here? Yeah, they've been trickling in over the last 15 minutes or so. I've already done a security check on your entire crew. Everything checked out, so you're good to head on into the building whenever you want. Thanks for your time. He nods at you. Have a good one. A young dwarf looks up at you, wide-eyed with apprehension. From the way that she's fidgeting, you can tell that she's terrified. She bites her lower lip, eyes darting from side to side. Finally, she takes a step toward you. I had to wear this. It's a mission thing. Hello. Are you Mr. Victos? I take it you're on my maintenance crew. Yeah, I am. My name is Jana. She tries on a smile. Falls away almost immediately. Good to meet you, Jana. Are the others still on their way? No, they sort of jumped the gun a little. They're already inside. Well, I guess I can't fault their enthusiasm. The dwarf wrings her hands. I'm sorry, I told them to wait, but they didn't listen. They just muscled on past me and waltzed through the front door. Alright, calm down. I see that you have a toolbox. Are you a rigger or something? She swallows. Well, no, I'm not like you. Not like the others. You should probably know that. Okay, then what are you like? A normal person with a boyfriend and a cat and a shitty apartment. I'm not a career criminal is what I'm saying. I'm just an electrician. It's alright. Don't worry. I'll look after you. The fear drains from her face and she looks exhausted. Thank you. I really, really mean that. I'll try to take care of myself as best I can. I don't want to be a burden. I brought my taser, and I have a little holdout pistol for self-defense. But I've never fired at a living thing before, let alone a person. I'm really hoping that I won't have to. I understand. Now, you said that our teammates are already inside. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I watched them storm through the front doors of the building that we're going to hit about 10 minutes ago. Son of a bitch. They'll still be on the first floor. Nobody's getting upstairs until I bypass the security locks on the elevator. That's why I decided to wait for you out here. I figured that they couldn't get too far ahead of us if I didn't go inside with them. Good thinking. Thanks. I just hope they don't screw things up in there. All that I want is to get this thing over with and get back home. Right there with you. Let's head inside. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Yeah, I don't know, Kurosu. I don't ask questions. I'm just here to do a job. Mid-level corporate compound, complete with living spaces on the upper levels. Oh, Corp Run. Fun! In we go. As you step through the door, you find yourself confronted by a pair of men wearing the same kind of uniform that you are. Judging by their expressions, there's no love lost between the two. Hearing the door swing open, they turn to face you. The shorter of the two, a human with arcade symbols tastefully embossed into his belt, glares at you. You're here, finally, and you've brought our little mouse of an electrician with you. Better late than never, but not much better. You're tardy enough as it is. He jerks his thumb at the elf standing beside him. I'll leave it to you to keep our pack mule in line. Elf's lips curl into a snarl. Hanging from his back is a bulging pack that looks incredibly heavy. His broad shoulders sag under the weight of whatever's inside. Yeah, he really is. He's dumb as a post, but he can lift heavy things. Might not be bad in a fight either. At the very least, he can soak up a few bullets for the rest of us. Staring daggers at the mage, he spits out a long string of foreign words in a single susurrant breath. The sound of it is lovely, but his expression leaves little doubt that the message behind the words is an ugly one. Oh, and I hope you can speak Sparathiel. He shakes his head in disgust. Damn useless immigrants. Do us all a favor and keep your opinions to yourself. Corner of his mouth lifts into an ugly smirk. You may be the leader of this team, but I'll speak my mind whenever I please. Get used to it. I kinda want to punch you in the cock. Oh, and by the way, think you could have gotten here any later, pal? I've got an important meeting to get to, and if I'm late, the shit is gonna hit the... This isn't getting us to our meeting any faster. He flashes a hateful glance at the dwarf, then turns his attention back to you. No, it isn't. So let's get to the penthouse and plant the cameras. I'll mask them against detection, and then we can all go our separate ways. The elf mutters something under his breath and hitches the bulky pack up a little higher on his back. His muscles bulge out of the strain of it. The pack looks heavy. I can help you with it if you want. The elf blinks uncomprehendingly and takes a half step back. I told you, he can't understand a word you're saying. Nothing's coming out of his mouth but that pigeon drivel the elves call a language. A Tir Tangir dialect, if I'm not mistaken. I wish that he'd do us all a favor and go back. Ignore him, addressed the elf. Can you understand me at all? The musical tones of the elvish tongue pour out of his mouth again, but you can't make out a word. His dialect is quite foreign. It's unlike the form of Sparathiel spoken by the elves of Tir na Nog. The elf falls silent. He looks just as frustrated as the mage is. Just relax and concentrate on the job. Your words don't seem to have much impact. The elf's scowl deepens. I get the distinct impression that none of you actually want to be here, but we've got a job to do, so you're all going to have to suck it up and deal. The mage leers at you. Wonderful pep talk. Really, really magnificent. I can see why you were placed in charge of this run. Now can we please get moving? I don't have all day. We know. You have a meeting. I can get us into Ailshire's apartment, but there are a few things that we'll need to do first. If you can get me to a building access panel that's on the same circuit as the penthouse, I should be able to put its security system into maintenance mode. The job will take some creative rewiring. Well, that and whatever's in the pack that the elf is carrying. Our employers gave me the schematics. And do you know where we'll find that access panel, Mouse? Quit calling me that. She takes a moment to calm herself. And yes, I do. There's an access panel in one of the mid-range apartments on the same floor. My contact gave me a key code that should get us in. You've said should twice already. That makes me feel uneasy. Well, there's nothing that I can do about that. It's the plan I was given, and we're stuck with it. Unless you have a better idea, we'll just have to follow our instructions and hope for the best. She turns to face you. Get me to a building access terminal on this floor, and I can rewire the elevator. That's the first thing we need to do. Once we're upstairs, we use the code I was given. I rewire Ailshire's security system, and we hide the cameras in his apartment. Well, that's the theory, anyway. I've got a bad feeling about this. Alright then, let's go. I am not talking to anybody. Just here to do a job. Just a maintenance crew coming through. Electrical junction box. I guess I gotta talk to this guy. The guard's stance shifts slightly as you approach. Can I help you? Yeah, could you open the door to the utility area? We have some work to do in there. Just to the end of this job. And then I'm gonna call it a night. You can't read the guard's expression through his mirrored face mask, but his body language makes it clear that he's staring at you. This door is security coded, Delta grade. Your ID says that you're just a Theta, so no, I can't open the door. You're not listening. We have work to do in there. Oh, you shut the fuck up. I heard him loud and clear, mop jockey. Now you listen to me. Nobody without Delta clearance gets through this door, period. I'd suggest you talk to management. If you really do need to be in here, they'll upgrade your clearance. Otherwise, piss off. Sorry about that. We'll be on our way. Yeah, you do that. Alright, gotta find management. Management? Nope, you're a tailor. There's another junction box over here, though. Dana studies the junction box for a moment, then turns to face you. See that guard in the hallway? Well, he was standing next to a junction box just like this one. Looks like they're both on the same circuit, too. So I could use this one to overload the one that the guard is standing by. She looks at the junction box again and nods. Yeah, I could feed a nice power spike into that one from here. You know, if you wanted me to. No, leave it alone, Jenna. We'll find another way. I have a feeling that would draw some unwanted attention to myself. What are you? Stressed suit. Are you management? What's this? Boutique food kiosk. Nope. Let's talk to the stressed suit. The well-dressed orc stops his pacing to stare at you as you approach. Heavy worry lines etch his forehead, and his eyes are bloodshot. He looks like he hasn't slept in a month. I don't want to be rude, but I'm a little busy right now. If this is about building maintenance, take it someplace else. James' cheeks flush red. He takes a step forward. Watch it. You don't get to talk down to me like goddamn. Ooh, I'm gonna kill that fucker by the end of this job. The orc bristles. Like a janitor? Yes, I do, because that's what you are. If you want to keep wearing that uniform, you better watch the attitude. Now, isn't there a floor you could be cleaning or something? I've got a lot on my mind to worry about. Important things. I don't want to be bothered. Didn't mean to bother you. I'll leave you alone. Okay. That's obviously not who I need to talk to. And the guard steps forward, interposing himself between you and the terminal. Your security clearance doesn't authorize you to be in here. We're doing a building-wide maintenance sweep of all major systems. Want us to take a look at your terminal? You know that I can't do that. You don't have the appropriate clearance to touch this terminal, let alone service it. Besides, it's been running great since that other maintenance team worked on it last week. I'm surprised that you don't have that in your records. Ah, shit. Well, you know how it is with us in management. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. It's ridiculous. Story of my life. You have my sympathies. Well, we'll be on our way then. Take it easy. I really don't want to have to attack anybody, but they're really not leaving me with a whole lot of choices. Well, there's a corporate woman in here. Maybe she can do something. A well-groomed corporate couple stands in the corner, browsing racks of pamphlets about neural enhancement hardware. The woman's head turns at the sound of your approach. Upon seeing your uniform, her nose wrinkles. Oh, hello. Are we in your way? We wouldn't want to keep you from your work. Her spray-tanned husband chimes in. Right. The last thing we'd want is to come between you people and whatever it is that you do. Yeah, we've got some repair work to do. The flux dilator is leaking coolant. Real messy job, believe me. His eyes widen. Is that dangerous? We should call security. No need to panic. It isn't dangerous or urgent. Say, what are you looking at there? This? He holds up the display model they were inspecting so you can see it. A small chip, along with a glossy, attractive information sheet. It's a pediatric SkillWire Plus system for our son. Our little Hans deserves the very best, and he'll need it if he's going to compete with his classmates at the academy. That means hardware from Augmentech. We may not be as rich as the other parents, but this at least is something that we can do. Stuff isn't cheap. You must be very devoted parents. I'd like to think that we are, and no, it isn't cheap. Oops, that's the man. But unfortunately, these sorts of enhancements have become nearly mandatory at top-tier schools like the Academy. Our son's classmates come from affluent families. Even the least successful of Hans's peers has a pediatric encephalon, and it ranges on up from there. The Academy grades on a curve. If we were to send Hans to school without any enhancements, we'd be setting him up for failure. What about the kids that can't afford cyber surgery? The scholarship students, you mean? Well, I suppose that someone has to be at the bottom of the pile. Yes, but that someone won't be our Hans. It's an unfortunate situation, of course. But that's the world we live in, isn't it? Ah, fuck it. Let's go self-deprecating. Yeah, it is. You wouldn't want Hans to wind up at the bottom of the heap like me. I should say not. You seem like a good man, and I don't mean to insult you, but you know how cutthroat it is out there. Hans will have every advantage, even if I have to mortgage the house to provide it to him. Yeah, that's big of you. I should get back to work. She waves to you. Goodbye now. Yeah, that was useless. Tech vendor I don't think can help us. Good afternoon and welcome to Augmentech, the boutique that makes a better you of you. Her voice is overflowing with forced cheerfulness. Idly, you wonder how many times she has to give this exact speech every day. Tell me how I can help you today. I'm not in the market for cyberware, so... Yeah, be sure to come back to me if you need any help. Yeah, I don't. Looks like my only option is to zap that guard. What's this tailor got? Shopping for a suit. Fashionable business suit. Made of ballistic cloth, catches your eye. It would be a simple matter to slide it on under your baggy maintenance overalls. Let me see that suit. Ah, good choice. Style and safety. You have a good eye. She takes your arm. Here, let me show you to a dressing room. Don't have enough. Alright, Jana. Zap that fucker. So, is it time to zap some guards? Do it. Pwned! Got the Theta key card. Here's the utility grid hub. Wordlessly, Jana pops open an access panel at the base of the terminal and begins snipping wires. A few minutes later, she replaces the panel's cover and stands. Alright, that should do it. I've bypassed the security lock on the elevator. We're good to head upstairs. That was quick. I know my way around electrical systems. My father used to own rental properties all over Munich, and I helped him maintain them. She smiles shyly. I've been rewiring buildings since I was a little girl. Touching. I don't know what this has to do with getting me to my meeting, but please, by all means, keep waltzing down memory lane. We'll wait. I couldn't care less about your meeting, James, but we should keep moving all this... Nope. Are you ever not a dick? If you make me miss my meeting, you'll see exactly how much of a dick I can be. You're supposed to be our leader, so pull your head out of your ass and lead us, preferably in an upstairs direction, so that we can get done with this before security catches us. Ooh, I'm so gonna hope I can kill you when this fucking run is over. Alright, not a problem. Glad you enjoyed Kurosu. Have a good night, man. Alright, I'm gonna need you to get me to this floor's access panel. That'll be in room 303 on this floor. Door combination is 14291. Glances at you. Make sure to write that down. Yeah, I got it. Okay, once I'm there, I can put the penthouse door in maintenance mode. That'll set its key combination to 11111, so we shouldn't have any trouble getting in to plant the cameras. We've been making halfway decent time. Not good, but not terrible, but I can't afford any more delays. He cracks his knuckles. I hope that no one else gets in our way, for their own sake. You aren't hurting anyone unless I order you to. You got that? The mage's lips curl into a sneer. Yeah, I heard you. If I weren't under instructions to follow your lead, this would be a very different conversation. Yeah, well, you are, so shut up and deal with it. She shakes her head in disgust. God, I wish we didn't need you to finish this job. His lips curl into a sneer again. Sadly for all of us, you do. And, oh, and by the way, we're going to have words when this run is over, Mouse. A stream of caustic syllables pours out of the elf's mouth. His back is stooped under the weight of his pack, but his hands have clenched into fists. He rolls his eyes and points a bony finger at the elf. Look, it's trying to speak. I want to get this over with, Victos. I want to get away from these people and go home. Yeah, so do I. That's 302, 301, 303. This trendily designed panel reads Apartment 303. A slick high-grade keypad has been mounted into the door frame. Scan key or enter override code. 14291. Code accepted. Welcome, homeowner. Sure, there's nothing in here I can loot and plunder. Nothing to loot and plunder. Moving the painting aside, you find a large maintenance access panel. Jaina steps forward, a slight frown on her face. Okay, I guess that this is me. Pulls a multi-tool from her belt and uses it to loosen the bolts hold the panel in place. Oh, I'm starting to forget how to talk. Pulling up a schematic on her PDA, she examines the terminal's wiring. Hurry it up, woman. The clock is ticking. Don't rush me. This is complicated. Popping the lid on her toolbox, she grabs a pair of wire clippers, a soldering gun, and a roll of electrical tape. With a look of grim determination on her face, she begins to snip into a massive harness of cables that runs throughout the unit. Alright, she taps the elf on the knee. I'm gonna need that thing now. He nods and reaches to unsling his pack. Placing it on the floor, he opens it and pulls out a large blue canister. Takes all of his strength to wrestle it up from the ground and into the space in the access panel that Jaina has cleared. There you go, you dumb ox. Do something useful for a change. The elf says nothing. Unburdened by the heavy pack, he stands up straight. And for the first time, you appreciate how much larger he is than the corporate mage. He stares down at James, and his hands bunch into fists. Stay cool, man. We're almost done. If the elf understands you, he shows no sign of it. He continues to stare James down, and the mage continues to ignore him. Payload in place, Jaina goes back to work. It only takes a few minutes for her to screw, wire, and solder the canister into the harness. She inspects her work, nods, and turns to face you. She stands and brushes the hair out of her eyes. Alright, job's done. Just need to do a bit of cleanup and we can get out of here. Nice job, Jaina. Yeah, thanks. It wasn't all that difficult, just a matter of following our employer's instructions. Hey, that's great, but time's a-ticking, so let's keep moving. He glances at the jumble of wire and circuitry through the open access panel. To hell with the cleanup. We'll be gone before anyone notices us anything anyway. You're sure that whatever you did disarmed the security system? She shrugs. Not really. I have no idea what that canister was or what it's supposed to do. Our employers told me I had to wire it into the wall at this junction, so I did. That's all I know. If they say it'll work, then it'll work. They'd have no reason to lie about something like that. Total bullshit, but, you know, keep the team calm. An astonished chuckle escapes from her mouth. No reason to lie. Do you really believe that The mage cuts her off. The lodge doesn't tell you things that you don't need to know, and you don't ask. Your job is to do what they tell you, take the money, and keep your mouth shut about it afterward. It's all very simple. The lodge. Mage's eyes widen incredulously. You don't even know who you're working for, do you? You're leading this team, and you don't have a clue. Jaina cuts in, her eyes wide. Both of you, shut up. Somebody's coming. A tall, deeply tanned man rounds the corner at a jog and comes bustling into the room. You recognize him as the father that you spoke with at the Augmentech kiosk. He stops short when he sees your team, and the smile falls from his face. You, the guy from the cyberware kiosk. What the hell is going on here? He advances on you, full of bluster and bravado. This is my apartment. I own it. You can't just walk in here and start pulling the walls apart without my consent. We're maintenance. Look at the uniforms. Yeah, I see that, but that doesn't give you the right to force your way into my home and start tearing up my walls. At the very least, you should have given me advance notice. James shoots you an irritated glance. This is a waste of time, and I'm already running late. If you don't take care of this idiot, I will. The elf barks something out at James. The sound is uncharacteristically ugly, all harsh consonants and sibilant hisses. Let's keep calm, everyone. This is a simple misunderstanding. Misunderstanding my ass. Your friend just called me an idiot in my own home. He wheels on James, his hands balled into fists. I want to know your employee number, and I want to know it now. The mage raises an eyebrow, smiling. Do you now? I'm a member of the Homeowners Association for this level. You know what that means? I have a lot of pull with building management. He thrusts an outstretched finger at James. Your days of wearing that uniform are numbered. I promise you that. Calm down, sir. There must be a problem at dispatch. You should have received a work order last week. I didn't receive a thing from dispatch, or from anyone else for that matter. My wife and I are entertaining guests here in an hour and a half, and our living room is ruined. I need to know that you're going to fix this, and that you'll clean the place back up, and that you'll put a new coat of wax on the floors. I need... The hell with it, I don't have time for this. His hands twist into claws, and he raises them high. An instant later, they are wreathed in an unnatural purple glow. James, stand down. We do not need to kill this man. The glow intensifies into a scintillating torrent of light. The energy lances and stabs out of James' hooked fingers as if it were alive. The man in the doorway recoils in alarm, and his palm slaps down on a plastic disc that has been clipped to his belt. Too late, you recognize the object. A panic button. The air fills with the cacophonous wail of screaming alarms. James jerks back, his concentration broken. From down the hall, you can distantly hear the sound of heavy footsteps approaching at a run. Meanwhile, the homeowner backpedals, trying to put a wall between himself and James. He's moving slowly. Much too slowly. Everybody, stand down. Your words are met with an incomprehensible screech. In your peripheral vision, you catch a flurry of motion. Your elvish companion is moving, making a beeline towards James. Jaina is hanging off him, trying to slow him down, but he barely seems to notice. With a kick, he sends her tumbling to the ground and then reaches for his weapon. God damn it. Stop, damn it. We need him alive to complete the run. With a kick, he sends her tumbling to the ground, then turns back towards James. I hate the bastard too, but Jaina's right. We need him. The elf comes up short, staring at you. He sweeps his vision from you to Jaina to James. Then he exhales heavily and spits out a jumble of broken German. Killers. Innocence of... will not stand for. I not slave. All lodgemen bastards. I kill all. Oh, well. Wait, so I have to kill the elf? Alright. No, line of sight's blocked. I didn't want to do this, buddy. You brought it on yourself. Oh, here come you bastards. Didn't have to go like this. Yeah, I know I did, but I was trying to keep the team together. At least until the end of the run. Unfortunately, they sent me out here with a bunch of dicks. Yeah, and Jaina. She's cool. How dare you heal, you bitch? That's not allowed. Tell you what we will do. We'll both take cover, and Douche McDoucherton can stand out in the open. Have some lightning. Jaina, come on. You can shoot better than that. I know you can. Flamethrower him. Or her, apparently. Oh, would you two be effective already? Well, I hope you're all happy. That felt like spam to me. What about you, Akka? Nah, I'll give him a chance. Never let it be said I'm too cold-hearted. You're not gonna hit... Oh, you are gonna hit him. Good job. Ow. Heal yourself. Broke his armor. That'll help. And now you're dead. I hope you're happy. Against my better judgment, I'll heal you again. I mean, Kintera, it's just all of a sudden a whole bunch of people come in all yelling the same thing. Alright, it came across like spam. No hard feelings, guys. Oh, am I? I didn't even realize. My bad. It's so late at night, I'm just like, I'm actually about to call it after this mission. Who's hosting me, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Oh. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I've only been streaming for, well, it's been little over a month now, so I'm still getting used to all of the ins and outs. Again, apologies all around. Yeah, I'm loving this game. And let's see if you can get pwned. You can! Look at that! Alright, so it looks like we're done on this floor. And that should be... Okay, that does work. The mage wipes spatters of blood from his cheek with the back of his hand. He attacked me. Our elf. The fucker tried to kill me. You know, you've been insulting him ever since we arrived here. What did you think was going to happen? His face flushes red. If you'd been a better group leader, you wouldn't have let that happen. You'd have... For the love of God, shut up. Just stop talking. We're both sick to death of you. You need me to finish the mission. Yeah, that's true. But if you don't shut that smug mouth of yours right now, you're going to arrive at your meeting without a tongue. Without another word, the mage turns and stalks off in the direction of the penthouse. That's fucking right. It's about time you shut the fuck up. Alright, place these cameras. Alright, have a good night. Hope to see you again sometime. You place the first camera. It adheres to the ceiling with an audible click. Awesome, I appreciate it. I'll look up your channel later and give you one as well. James steps forward, his fingers bent. He whispers a long string of hushed syllables that seem to vibrate in your mind. For a minute, nothing seems to happen. Then you blink and the camera is gone. Done. Get moving on to the next one. I got an advanced med kit. That can help. Second camera clicks onto a heating vent. The lens irises adjust to the light. James repeats his previous performance and the camera fades from view. You place the last camera. James steps forward, then turns to stare you in the eye. Oh, now what, you ponce? When we get through this run, I'm going to tell my handler all about you. You won't work for the lodge again. Not because you're an incompetent leader, but because I have pull, and I don't like you very much. What do you have to say about that? You know what? This entire run is a test, and I think you're just here to tempt me into losing my cool. That's not going to happen. The infuriating smirk returns to his face. Yeah, that's right. This is all about you. Just keep on believing that and see where it gets you. Whispers to the third camera, and soon enough it fades from view. That's it. We're done. Let's go. Alright. I can finally get the hell out of here and away from this fucking dick. Come on. Down the elevator. Yep. We made friends. Yay! He's gonna look the wrong way, apparently. Well, you go ahead and do that. Let me know how it works out. It seems to have not worked in your favor, sir. Whoops. We got a conjurer and a guard. How do I want to handle this? Are you wounded? You're not. And you don't have a med kit. Huh. Well, the exit looks alright. Oh good, you're gonna go stand in the open over here. Again, let me know how that works. Oops. You fucked up. Move up here. Come on. Thank you. I'm just gonna use Power Bolt on this guy. Taser OP? Well, a little late now. Interesting. I'll have to try that if I ever get my hands on another one. I'll bet there's 2 guards out front. No? Well, in that case, let's give it a try. First, though, you're gonna heal me. And then since I don't have a line of sight on this fuck, let's try some ball lightning and see how he likes that. He didn't like it. Who knew? Extremely short range. Well, let's go stand over here and see if we can goad him into coming out here. Mana ball. Missed. But where did you suddenly teleport the fuck in from? Alright. Oh, you dicks are gonna piss me the fuck off. First of all, you're going blind. Let's move you up. And you. Oh, well, look where you decided to stand. You dumb fuck. Bzz. Switch to pistol. Gap you. What do we got here? We got range. Poof. Oh, sad face. You missed. Try a power ball. Nope. Blocked. Oh, the armor. Yeah, you go ahead and use the trauma kit. I don't give a damn about you. Reloading. Bzz. Not enough AP. Oh, that's line of sight blocked. Oh well. Try this instead. You missed because you suck. Yes, I'm highly enjoying the taser, actually. Bzz. Line of sight is blocked again. And with another power bolt. Ah, that didn't do dick. Acid. Ow. Flamethrower again. Now you, let's see if we can do this. Haha! Slight range. You're dead. And now you're dead. Let's see, where's the exit to this area? Over there. Grab some cover. Reload. Grab new cover. Heal yourself against my better judgment because you're a dick. We'll use bounding maneuvers. Oh wait, that was me I healed. I'm not a dick. Well, I guess I am, but, you know. I don't mean to be. Grenadier, eh? Sure, run closer to the one with the stun gun. You fool! Just put him out of his misery. Thank you. And we are leaving. Mission accomplished. Fucking finally. Call your handler and tell him that the job's done. Be quick about it. I need to be on the next train out of here. For once, he and I are in agreement. I can't put this place behind me quickly enough. All I want to do is go home, hug my cat, and forget that tonight ever happened. Punch Luca Duerr's comm code into your PDA. A few seconds later, you hear the telltale click of a successful connection. Duerr's voice pours out of your PDA speakers. Victos, the job is done, I trust. Yes, everything has been completed to your specifications. Very good. Now, if you please, give me a status update on the members of your team. The elf from Tir Tangar turned on us. We had to put him down, but Jaina and James are both alive and well. He clucks his tongue softly. Interesting. That the elf is dead was expected. He was a dangerous and unreasonable person. Disgruntled, you might say, after years of service and of our employ. His betrayal of you was inevitable. Thankfully, with his death, we have gained valuable insight into your character. James's continued survival, on the other hand, was not expected. You're a very patient man, Victos. Duerr smiles. This has been most informative. James's posture stiffens, but he says nothing. You can see a dawning awareness behind his eyes, though. Slowly, the color begins to drain from his face. Now, let us see how adequately you completed the task that I set before you. Enter the following code into your PDA, if you please. 5256719. Punch the code in. You type in the code as instructed and your PDA screen cuts to static. A moment later, a familiar image materializes on the screen. The penthouse room that you bugged. It appears to be a live feed from the cameras that you planted. Yeah, I know, right? I'm so patient. Fuck. Headset fell off. Aylshire, you're sure that this room is secure? You've done a full sweep? Absolutely, sir. We've run multiple sweeps with a complete sensor package, and we brought in a mage to search for signs of astral tamper. It all checks out clean. You're completely safe in here. Thank God. Call downstairs and let my wife and kid know that it's safe to come up. Will do, sir. Is there anything else I can do for you tonight? No, thank you. That will be all. You have a good... Suddenly, the air in the room seems to ignite. There's a blinding flash, and your PDA screen cuts to static. And that takes care of that. Please return to the Kreuzbazaar. The remainder of your post-run interview will conclude upon your arrival. Hang on. What the hell was that? I kind of figured. He raises an eyebrow. What did it feel like? An explosion, of course. This run wasn't a surveillance operation. It was an assassination. It was both, and both tasks were carried out to the letter. You should be pleased, Victos. The run was a resounding success. Another satisfied customer. When I get hired to do a job, I deliver. Sorry. Damn. Water went down the wrong pipe. Jaina covers her mouth with her hand, a horrified expression on her face. Oh God, I killed someone. That man is dead because of me. From the sound of that explosion, I'd guess that you killed a fair number of someone's. Aylshire and his bodyguard, at least. And probably a good half-dozen more. A morbid grin creases the mage's thin-lipped mouth. That makes you a mess, murderer mouse. You're moving up in the world. A sob racks her chest and she begins to hyperventilate. I can never get away from this. This is going to follow me for the rest of my life. I killed people. I'm a fucking murderer. Say it louder, why don't you? I don't think they heard you in France. Luca Duerr, I haven't heard a response from you, Victos. Shall I make the preparations for your post-run interview? Are you ready to continue your test? I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this, Duerr. I'll see you soon. Very good. I'll be waiting. Wait, what really? I have no reason to be a dick to him. He's paying me. I don't give a fuck. Your return trip to the Kreuzbazaar is a quiet one. The train from the Frankfurter Tor is empty, save for you. There's nothing to distract you from your thoughts. You're finished with the first part of your audition. Luca Duerr is waiting at Café Sesve to administer the second. I guess I'll finish the conversation with him, and then I'll call it a night. Well, everybody leveled up. Shotgun ammo mod. Shotgun ability that sets targets on fire. Actually, no, I'm going to stick with Sniper Specialist. Ignores armor completely? Yeah. The fire cools down faster, but that's going to serve me better in the long run. Nerve Spear, Battle Hardened. Get Nerve Spear so we can flush people from cover. Must have at least 3 targets. No, we'll stick with Razor Specialist. I'm going to keep her melee. Decking boost. Or ESP boost. I'll take the decking boost. Confirm. How much karma do I have? I've got 7. That's enough to increase the body like I wanted to. Save before I go into this conversation. Victos, welcome back, and my congratulations on a job well done. If you wanted Elshire dead, you could have just said so. I'd have taken the job either way. He nods thoughtfully. Good to know, but the purpose of this test is to gauge your adaptability. We need to know that you'll be willing to do what we tell you to do, regardless of your personal feelings on the matter. And we need to know that you'll roll with the punches if circumstances change mid-run. Many of your colleagues in the Shadow community have overinflated egos. They let their personal feelings interfere with their work. My organization needs to know that you will see tasks we assign you through, no matter what. The true test of the run that you just went on was to test your willingness to adapt to change. You're still being tested, by the way. If you work for my organization, you may be asked to do things that you find morally troubling. Sometimes it might even appear that we are lying to you. But you can take comfort in knowing that everything we request of you is ultimately for the greater good. And what is this greater good? Define it for me. You can't see the big picture. I can't either. I'm, again, just a mouthpiece. The only ones who know my organization's ultimate ends are its ruling council, and they aren't in the practice of sharing information with their hirelings. But know that they are some of the most intelligent men on the planet, and they place a high priority on social order and stability. And those are good things by anyone's standards. So, he stares you in the eye. What do you think of all that? I don't like being kept in the dark, but if you pay as well that you say that you do, I can overlook it. After a brief pause, he nods, then reaches forward and places the cred stick into your hand. Congratulations. You have passed your audition. Welcome to the payroll. Alright, so what happens now? Now, we part ways. Don't worry, I'll call you when your services are needed. He taps a neatly trimmed fingernail against the earpiece of his comlink. When I contact you with a new task, the choice of whether to take it or leave it will be yours. If you take it, return here and I'll pay you a fair sum for your services. If you leave it, well, there are some in my organization who will be quite unhappy. Good to know. I suppose I'll be waiting to hear from you then. Very good. I'll be in touch. And with that ominous conversation, I shall call it a video. And likewise, a stream. It's been fun, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed. A little bit of a misunderstanding towards the end there, but they happen. Apologies to anyone I may have troubled once again. And I will catch you all next time. Peace.